Number 22, Chris Baker. At small forward, at 6'6". Number 24, Dylan Brooks. The big man, 7 feet. Number 4, Steven Adams. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6'11", number 13, Jaron Jackson. The other guard, at 6'3", number 12, John Morant. The head coach for your home team is Jacob Jenkins. Once again, your Memphis Grizzlies.
Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. DA, take it away.
Well, the NBA changed the lottery odds in 2019 to encourage competition among its conference's least successful teams. But some want even more to be done and call for eliminating the draft altogether. Another potential solution? A play-in tournament for teams 7 through 10 in each conference, which would eliminate the need for trying not to win as much as possible during the regular season. However it's done, the league has stated its desire for parity. Kevin?
Great, DA. Thanks. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at the Suns, off to a great start this season, currently in second. And checking out Memphis. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
And I think for Memphis, they haven't gotten anywhere near where they wanted to be this season. Pretty clear there's a big talent gap between them and the true contenders.
And we've all thought this. They're just a middle-of-the-road team. The last thing anyone in the NBA wants to be.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Sanders is out there with Johnson. Then it's Chris Paul. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Ayton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Grizzlies, Brooks at the 3 with Jackson at the 4. Morant is out there with Baker. And it's Adams in at the center. Greg, a new look roster for the Grizzlies. They got a lot more athletic this past summer.
Well, John Morant and Brandon Clark, their first-round picks, two of the more explosive players in the draft. The Grizzlies last in the league in pace last season. They may have cause to accelerate that tempo this year.
Now here's Morant. Shot clock at 5. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Over Booker. And it's Morant missing. Booker against Jackson. Booker left side. Pass to Ayton. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And padding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Now here's Morant. Sanders covering. Jackson trying to break free. And that one's good. Morant.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected.
Now here's Booker. He had 22 points in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco. The good-looking shot from the wing.
Nothing went right on that offensive possession except the result.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Now here's Morant. He's tightly guarded. He gets that one.
And the level of concentration. Morant looked under control despite being under heavy duress.
Paul passes to Booker. And a miss there on the triple. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now Morant. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
And he did great work on the defensive end, too, with 3 steals on the night.
Here's Paul. Following the basket by John Morant. Here's Johnson. And the rejection by Jackson. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. Paul looking around. And Sanders kicks to Paul. Clock at 6. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Here's Johnson. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Memphis leading. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Brooks with no one around. And he's good on the 3-ball.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Will it go? And it's Paul missing.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Now here's Ayton. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
He was really aggressive on the glass, too. He really racked up on the boards out there.
Brooks with the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
It was really that second wave in the rotation that took the offense to another level.
Smitty, as a player, when it comes to preparing for a long season, talk about the advantages of the new strength and conditioning programs we read so much about.
You know, for me, Kevin, when I first started out, it was all about just getting stronger, lifting weights. I think right now for these guys, they're doing a great job of adding that and also recovery. What do you do for recovery, being able to play the next game? I would love to see the technology that they have. Wish I could use it, Kevin, because all I did was run and get me a fish fillet, and I was ready to go.
Here's Morant. Here's Adams. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the rejection by Jackson. Kicks it out to Paul. Pass to Sanders. Now here's Booker over Brooks. And there's Booker on the assist from Sanders.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Now the pass to Baker. Poked loose and taken away by Johnson. Here is Sanders. 20 points for him last game against Golden State. And the layup's good off the glass.
I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
Now here's Morant. He's got 6. Passes it to Baker. Brooks dishes to Adams. Memphis moving that ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Morant with it. Now guarded by Ayton. And it's Morant missing. And And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Phoenix Suns. 7-point differential. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Phoenix shooting their first free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Break for the Phoenix Suns with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought. There is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
And he's good on the second. Well, the Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Now here's Johnson, following the miss by Jaren Jackson. Here's Ayton, and Adams sends it back. Brooks outside. Here's Baker. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. And here's Morant. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Phoenix.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
The first free throw is good. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
Sharge checked in for the Suns. He's perfect from the line this time.
And the potential of Morant is sky high. A dynamic guard. He plays with a Russell Westbrook type edge and intense on both ends.
Now here's Sharge. He had 19 points in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And it wasn't just the scoring. He also impacted the game on the glass. Terrific all-around effort.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's the teardrop. And Morant finishes inside. Morant's got 10 points.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
And the Suns call time here. Steve, we're seeing teams around the league putting up a lot of three-point shots. I'm sure you would have enjoyed playing in this era so much with that green light shooting three.
I would, Kevin. Getting a chance to shoot maybe 5 or 6 more three-point field goal attempts takes your numbers up. But I also think a lot of these teams are copycats. Everybody can't shoot the three. Work on your game and what's best for you.
Now here's Ayton. There's Crawford with the three. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
The three-point percentage of Jamal Crawford, he can go hot and cold, but he's always a threat.
Payton on the double team. Morant passes to Adams. Now here's Morant, covered by Payton. Pass to Jackson. Over Payton. And he overshot that one, missing. Suns trail by 7. Sharge outside. Pass to Crowder. To the paint. Looking for Ayton. He gets it in there. Lays it up and banks it in.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Knocked loose. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ayton. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Saric outside. Oubre against Crowder. No good on the shot. Great D that time from Oubre. It's Morant in the corner. Good work defensively by Crowder.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And the toughness Saric provides is an important component. A physical, strong forward who does whatever is asked of him.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls from Saric. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Clark, he's checked in for Adams. And Jones subbed in for Morant. Ryan Kaminsky, he's checked in for Phoenix. Saric nails them both.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Jones, no one around him. No good from outside.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Saric passes to Crawford. Here's the three. It's Clark with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Jones, that's for 2. Phoenix grabs the miss.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Saric passes to Payton. There's the pass to Kaminsky. Over Jackson. And the Suns miss again. Memphis leading by 5. Oubre with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Clark, the pass to Baker. And that one hits back iron. Phoenix has gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Here's Payton out to Saric. Lets it go from deep. He can't get it to go. And it's Memphis the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
You know what happens? You start to miss a few. You develop a lack of confidence, and suddenly it becomes contagious.
Here's Crawford after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. Payton kicks to Crawford. No good on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Oubre dishes to Clark. Pass to Jones. Puts up a 3. Sinks the triple. And it's a 10-point Grizzly lead.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Saric looking around. Crawford outside. Wide open shot is on the money. Crawford's got 5 now.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Jones, the pass to Jackson. Here's Baker. But they get it back. Jackson down low. He's guarded by Kaminsky. Jackson gets the bucket.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Crawford with the ball. He has 5. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back to the action after this word. Chris Paul talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Memphis, Anderson and Jackson inside. Kelly Oubre out there with Jones, and it's Clark in at the 3 spot. Here's Oubre after the basket by Dario Saric. Jones against Payton. Jones kicks to Jackson. Here's Anderson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Jamal Crawford picks one up.
Not explosive at all. Kyle Anderson is crafty. Nice play to draw the foul.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. First one falls for him. Well, this term load management now is something you hear about, read about all the time, Steve. Do you think we'll ever see the regular season shortened by a few games?
You know, Commissioner Silver has talked about it, and it's been thrown around 75 games. I will say the NBA has done a fantastic job, along with the Players Association. There's longer off seasons. I mean, and there are also longer time throughout the All-Star games, and it's not as many back-to-backs.
So he gets them both.
The 6'9" Kyle Anderson has a 7'3" wingspan, a big asset defensively. Not the most athletic, but he racks up blocks and steals.
Now here's Crowder, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Takes the 13-footer. Basket counts.
Typically, Jay Crowder doesn't take a lot of mid-range jumpers, but looking right at home on that one.
And you look at Anderson, he likes playing with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he has good ball handling for his size and great court vision. We call him slow-mo, but he can get to the rim on his drives, and he's a good finisher when he gets inside.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. Jones for 3. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's Kaminsky, falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Kaminsky's got his first bucket of the night. Pass to Clark. Oubre with it. Back to Clark. He feeds it to Jackson. Saric against Jones. With the floater, count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school.
And the Suns call time.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Adams, he's checked in for Jackson. Josh Jackson comes in for Clark. And it's Dylan Brooks in for Oubre. And the Suns here with a different look. Johnson, he's checked in for Saric. Sanders comes in for Jay Crowder. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Paul in for Payton. Now here's Kaminsky. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Jones with it. Now guarded by Booker. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Grizzlies have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Ayton, he's checked in for Kaminsky. And that one falls for Jones. Suns trail by 12. Johnson outside. It's stolen by Jones. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. And Anderson slams it in.
Getting himself to the rim, Anderson continually finds ways to impact the game.
Out to the right wing. Ayton dishes to Johnson. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Wow. With the defense bearing down on him, he calmly flips in the reverse.
There are certain players, as we know, who can really back you up and get you on your heels, and then they hit the brakes and they hit you with a pull-up jumper. Very tough to defend.
Kevin, you said it best. Being able to hit the brakes and stop on a dime, I think it's James Harden, Steph Curry, C.J. McCollum, Kyrie Irving. Those are some of those names where guys can go in fast pace, fast motion, then stop and pull up and be on balance and knock down the shot.
Anderson against Ayton. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
Free throw, good, Anderson.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Paul passes to Booker. Here's Ayton. Paul outside for 3. Booker gets the three-pointer to fall. Booker's got 7 points in the game.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
Proving how dominant he can be. When Morant is shooting with confidence, it really allows him to take over.
Now here's Paul. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco. Ayton, the pass to Booker. 2 points, that one goes. 9 points in the game so far.
Oh, that's a terrific pass. Ayton, with the advanced skill level, he's just going to get better with time.
Morant with it, defended by Paul. Got a piece of it. Anderson passes to Morant. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Booker outside. Suns moving the ball around. Ball right side over Morant. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Jackson has the open look. Off target with his 3. Suns trail by 13. And Sanders kicks to Paul. Shoots over Morant. Paul can't get it to go. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Brooks, some solid defense from Ayton.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
A nice shot by Booker.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Poked away. And it's Brooks at the elbow. To the right side. Morant dishes to Anderson. Clock is at 3. And it's Morant missing. Suns trail by 11. Johnson attacking. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And Memphis making a change here. Baker's checked in. And he sinks the second. Memphis leading by 10. Now Morant. He's got 14. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Suns. They host the 76ers after this game. Off the left rim and out. Here's Baker. Buries the long-range jumper. Baker's got 5 now.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Memphis has gone 2 for 5 from 3-point land since the end of the first. No good with the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Jackson against Johnson. And Adams sends it back. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Brooks has got the ball.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
So it's Phoenix now, following the score by Memphis. Johnson from outside. He's off on that one.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Phoenix. Down by 15. He kicks it to Sanders. Ayton trying to break free. And Sanders gets it to go on the assist by Johnson.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please, that's terrible.
Ball's knocked loose. Paul with the steal. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Johnson with the stuff.
With the basketball in hand, no one is more patient than Paul. Waits for his man to break free.
Here's the lob to Adams. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Baker, no good.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
Booker in the post. Over Baker. Ayton inside. Brooks covering. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here. And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson. He's checked in for Steven Adams. And it's Clark in for Josh Jackson. And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game.
Booker. Here's Ayton. Banked in off the glass. Ayton's got 5 points now this quarter.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Pass to Baker. Fires from deep. Hits it from three-point range. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Paul passes to Booker. At the top of the key, Ayton. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
1:16 left in the first half. Morant kicks to Clark. Brooks the pass to Baker. 4 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Sanders throws it down.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. And a quick look at how the Suns' schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Thursday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Miami Heat. Kelly Oubre's checked in for the Grizzlies. Jones comes in for Morant. Saric is checked in for Phoenix. Crawford comes in for Chris Paul. Booker looking around. Down low. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Saric.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Baker, no good. Phoenix has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Bounce pass, Crawford. And the official signals a backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And you look at the turnover differential for them, +4 on the game.
Now here's Jones. He's got 8. The 3. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's the Grizzlies leading by just 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
it's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a fast pace for Memphis at the outset. Their exceptional focus and all-around execution immediately triggered a 15-4 run at the start. After a solid quarter of play, they held a 10-point lead. Then in the second quarter, the steam was let out of their hot air balloon as they were outscored and outplayed, but they still cling to a 2-point advantage at the half. Kenny, what did you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
They played some solid team basketball, Ernie. Pretty good. They were sharing the ball. We saw some nice feeds, a lot of movement. It wasn't 5 individuals out there. It was one cohesive unit, and they got the assist to show for it. Their rhythm was nice.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. Then there's Sanders. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Booker in at the 2 spot.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
There's Morant following the basket by Chris Paul. And that one drops.
Even though he's smaller, Morant does not lack assertiveness, which comes in handy down low.
Johnson up top, guarded by Jackson. Johnson dishes to Paul. To the inside. Booker outside. 5 on the clock. Over Brooks. And the shot is long.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
And it goes down 2 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Now here's Sanders. Over Baker. Sanders' shot is off. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Baker passes to Morant. He dishes it to Brooks. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. Third is Chris Paul.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Just 4 to shoot. From deep. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Booker. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season put up about 26 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Johnson kicks to Paul. A step-back shot here. Grizzlies with the rebound. Jackson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4, still trying to find that groove.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And the dunk by Jackson.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot.
The free throw off from Jackson.
And this summer, a lot of work in the weight room for Jaren Jackson Jr. Rebounding, one of his few weaknesses last season. Adding strength, it will help.
Now here's Booker. They need this one, and that's 2 points on the layup. Booker's got 13.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Now here's Morant. Guarded closely. That one falls. 18 points for him. And a high rate of fouls for Jaren Jackson, and Smitty dating back to college.
You're right. Adding strength can also help in that area. Able to do your work early is also a key for him. And also denying deep position.
The shot by Paul, no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Baker passes to Morant. Paul with the steal. And now the Suns, a fast break. Johnson's got the ball. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Steven Adams picks one up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Suns have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And that one falls for Johnson. So Johnson hits 2 of them. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Now here's Morant, defended by Paul, and taken away by Paul. The pass to Booker. Releases. They get it again. Ayton, count the basket and the foul. That one's on Morant.
I just admire the instincts that Ayton has. Seems to know exactly where to be when the shot goes up.
Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the #1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year combo from the get-go, is available, you have to take him. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns.
The free throw drops for Ayton.
And you see the raw talent Ayton has, an intimidating big man with a high ceiling and a desire to grow.
Now here's Brooks. He's got 9. Outside Jackson. Here's Morant. Adams. And it's Adams on the follow. Adams has got 8 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here is Sanders. He has 7. Booker outside. Just 5 to shoot. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Inside. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to just 3 in the basket from Paul.
Chris Paul has such a gentle touch on his floaters. There's no way the defense can get to that shot.
Now here's Morant. He's covered closely. Three-pointer. Brooks makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Here's Ayton. And a missed layup.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Brooks against Paul. Brooks misses. Suns trail by 6. Here's Sanders. The rebound by Anderson. For Memphis, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. And that one's good. Morant.
Sometimes it's all about patience. His first 3 of the game, something to build on.
Phoenix has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Anderson against Sanders. Anderson with the block.
Nice block by Anderson. Can't get too high off the ground, but uses that 7'3" wingspan to full effect.
Oh my goodness!
Did you see
what a play?
Unbelievable.
Up high to stuff the alley-oop. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Phoenix. 11-point game. Passes to Ayton. Dishes it to Booker. Kicks it to Sanders. Just 3 to shoot. Stolen by Anderson. Brooks outside. It's Morant in the corner. Back to Brooks. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson passes to Brooks. Here's Adams. Some solid defense from Ayton. Suns trail by 11. Here's Booker. And he banks in the layup. Booker's got 15 points.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And guys, the stellar development of Devin Booker continued last season. Still a firecracker on offense and took strides to improve his shot selection and, equally as important, his decision making.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Clark, he's checked in for Adams. Oubre comes in for Kyle Anderson. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Dylan Brooks. Now here's Jackson. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Oubre. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Jamal Crawford picks one up. And Greg, with Booker and his progress, you really see it in his playmaking.
And that is what the Suns want from him long term. They see him growing into the same vein as a player like James Harden, someone who can carry the load offensively and still make others better.
Free throw, good, Oubre. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And for a team's schedule that includes 4 games and 5 nights, sports writers have introduced the term schedule losses due to fatigue. I just don't think that's very good, but it's the reality right now.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes, Kevin, you know these games, you travel a lot. Your legs are just done, and that's when you have to rely on a total team, play more guys. But it happens. You can't get out of this quicksand. You're going to have those type of losses.
And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
A moment here to see some numbers for Peyton. He had a strong showing last season. Put up about 10 points per game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Now here's Peyton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Just 5 on the clock. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Fourth, the Suns.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Morant with it, guarded by Crawford. And here's Morant. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Personal foul.
And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
And he makes the first. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
And he makes both free throws. Here's Crawford. 5 points in the game. Wide open look. Misses off the left iron.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Jones, the pass to Morant. Here's the floater. And it's good, 2 points. Morant's got 11 in the second half.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Kaminsky dishes to Crowder. This one for 3. No good on that one. And it's Memphis the other way. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Clark slams it in.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Now here's Crawford. To halt the run, and he sinks the layup. Crawford's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Now here's Morant, covered by Saric. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And the fearlessness Morant plays with making the defense uneasy, forcing them to give in.
And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Crawford with the ball. He has 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And he gets the bucket. Crawford's got 4 points this quarter.
Jamal Crawford is one of the most deceptive ball handlers in the game.
Now here's Morant. Not a lot of room. Oubre, no one around him. Good on the triple. Oubre's got 7 points.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Kaminsky kicks to Saric. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Jones, the pass to Morant. 1:07 left in the 3rd. Jones finds Clark.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
It's his first trip to the line.
Grizzlies. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
Josh Jackson's checked in for Memphis. Mr. Move comes in for Morant. And he's good on the second. 1:04 left in the third quarter. Now Payton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Count it. And the Grizzlies leading by 17. Jones with the bounce pass. Memphis moving that ball around. Jackson kicks to Jones. Here's Baker. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Payton. Here's Kaminsky. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Kaminsky's got his third basket of the night.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now here's Jones. 8 points for him. Shot clock at 5. To the left side wing. Baker. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And that's now 11 points for Mr. Moves.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
And so it's Memphis, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. Right back after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Jones is out there with Baker. Then it's Josh Jackson. Then there's Oubre. And it's Clark in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Here's Crawford following the score by Memphis. We always see these sponsorship patches on these uniforms now, Steve. This is the 3rd and final year of the test run. I think it's here to stay. What do you think?
I do too. I think the numbers have also coincided that it's here to stay. I think also the revenue. I think people love it, and I think the sponsorship helps.
And so here's Memphis. After the missed 3 from Jamal Crawford. The offensive rebound. And that one's good by Clark.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this high, a great chance to extend this lead.
Sharge outside. The dish to Crowder. There's Crawford with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Outside, Jones. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Elfrid Payton.
Shooting for Memphis. Tyus Jones. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Adams, he's checked in for Memphis. And a change for the Suns. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Elfrid Payton. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Smitty, with players like Curry and Lillard taking such high difficulty shots from deep, deep range. I mean, these are just amazing. Some have said it is hurting the game and that kids will try to emulate it. What do you think about that?
You know, Kevin, I think it is to some point, and to this point where so many kids now at a younger age are shooting the three ball from so deep. I would love for a lot of these guys to be able to show the work they put in, and then those kids try to emulate that.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
Controlling the glass helps them maximize their number of possessions. He's done everything he can do to help them in that area.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Pass to Baker. Shoots the three. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 5 assists in the game. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. Crowder against Oubre. Crowder goes in, and Crowder slams it in.
Jay Crowder often stays out on the perimeter, but sees the opening and quickly takes advantage.
Outside, Jones, bubbled by Crawford. Jones, the pass to Baker. Adams, right side. Some solid defense from Ayton. Suns have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now.
He's a power player. That's Crowder's game once he gets inside.
Booker against Jones. Pass to Baker. Puts up a three. He can't get that one, and Phoenix will come the other way. Now here's Booker. Saric outside. He kicks it to Booker. Tipped away. It's stolen by Adams. Jones against Ayton. The pass to Baker. Launches it. Drains it from beyond the arc. Baker's got 9 points here in the second half.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And the Suns call time here. Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. Do you think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Rab's checked in for Adams. Kyle Anderson comes in for Oubre. And Glenn Robinson III is subbed in for Baker. And for the Suns, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for 8. Morris comes in for Saric. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Now here's Booker. Connects from three-point range.
It's enough to where you have to respect him. Had 1 triple in the first half, now has his second.
Outside, Jones. They double him with Payne. Robinson for 3. Payne grabs the board. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Booker.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Jones looking for an opening. They double him with Payne. Rab kicks to Jones. Shoots over Payne. Jones, no luck. Suns trail by 21. It's Crowder on the wing. Now, Smitty, the NBA more active now in developing players before they enter the NBA. Not just the fundamentals, but the values of the game.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. The league has been taking a hands-on approach. There's nothing wrong with teaching the next generation life lessons about the sport and through the sport.
Now here's Booker. Back to Morris. Second shot opportunity. No good. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Jackson, that's a two-pointer, and they cash in right away with the quick shot.
And Jackson there going right from dribbling to that shooting motion, showing great confidence by stopping on a dime for that pull-up.
Now here's Payne. Passes it to Baines. And here's Crowder. Wants to get it to Morris and does. Anderson with the block. Kicks it to Robinson. That one misses. Good work defensively by Crowder. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Booker. Here's Baines. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got his 5th assist in this one.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now here's Anderson. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Payne looking around. Well, Smitty, the league's unveiled a new way for fans to watch. 99 cents. You get a 10-minute viewing pass for every out-of-market game. That's something.
I love it, Kevin, because I think a lot of times with social media, people are start talking about a game, and you can jump right in and get a chance to catch the most important part of the game.
They're making it so affordable.
Yes, indeed. 99 cents. That sounds good to me.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Stolen by Robinson. Feeds to Jones. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Adams, he's checked in for Rab. Jackson comes in for Kyle Anderson. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Baker in for Glenn Robinson III. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Over Brooks. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 22 points. And the Grizzlies leading by 22. Outside, Jones. And the rejection by Sanders. Johnson dishes to Booker. Back to Johnson. Brooks against Paul. Sanders passes to Booker. Rob. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The NBA looking to improve officiating, Smitty. They'd like to revise the rule book to more closely match the way the game is played. What do you think of that?
Yeah, Kevin, we have to evolve. I think now the game has evolved to more three-point shots, so you got to look at also defense, hand checking, and now we're talking a lot about, room for guys to land, whether it's a foul or not. So I think it will evolve, and it should be because the game is evolving.
And so Jones nails both of them.
Tough. He's just so hard to keep off the foul line when he pushes the action. I love his activity here in the second half.
Here's Paul. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Brooks kicks to Baker. At the elbow, Jones. 5 to shoot. Second chance shot. Adams down low. Ayton's there, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Morant, he's checked in for Tyus Jones. And so here's Phoenix. Pass to Booker. Ayton with it. Brooks covering. And Paul with the basket on the assist by Ayton. Ayton's got 4 assists now tonight.
At his size, Chris Paul is used to getting contact on his shots. He has really spent a lot of time learning how to finish despite getting bodied.
Now here's Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The second youngest player in the NBA last season, Jaren Jackson Jr. with an immediate impact. The sky is the limit for this young man.
And the 4th pick in the 2018 draft, Jaren Jackson Jr. with Smitty, tremendous potential.
You know what, Kevin? He's a unicorn. He makes threes, he blocks shots, and he defends out to the three-point line. An ideal modern big man.
Both shots good from the stripe. So much new technology, a lot of it so exciting. Steve, did you see the demo of the jersey that can change a player's name and number the other day? Wow, that was something.
I did. I saw the demonstration that Adam Silver did. It is fantastic. I was thinking about myself, Kevin. I played for 7 teams. That's a lot of changing of the name and number.
It really is.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Here's Baker. 1:46 left in the 4th quarter. And they pick up 2. Baker's got 11 points here in just the second half. Phoenix has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Here is Sanders. Back to Booker. Johnson at the elbow. And here's Sanders. Shot clock at 6. And there's the pass to Paul. No good on the 3.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
Here's Baker. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Here's Baker. Sanders covering. They get it back. Jackson dishes to Adams. A second chance effort. Back to Jackson.
Business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Now here's Sanders. Another one falls for Phoenix. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. Morant with it. Baker in the corner. Memphis moving it around. 4 on the shot clock. Brooks for 3. Jackson kicks to Morant. Passes it to Brooks. Adams outside. Back to Brooks. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.